Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I tell you what, today it's been one of those days. Nothing seems to go right, and then next minute you come along and you see Liz on Facebook, and you thought, "Oh, okay, I'll join that." So there you go. I think somebody's eating online, but I don't know who it is. Can you
Eh?
hear that noise? Yeah. But I reckon I know
Oh,
it.
it's the seagulls.
Oh, it's the seagulls.
It's a little squeak.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so good evening, guys. Um, also, don't forget, um, please respect people when they come on here. We had some problems the other day with an autism girl. All she wanted to do was do some singing, and the next minute, we had some bad people on here, and I had to get rid of you. Don't like getting rid of people, but please respect all my guests. Here you go.
I don't understand that. If they don't like it, leave.
I know, Liz. I know. Look, I commented on you the other
Do
day.
one. Don't like
Yeah,
it.
do one, do one, do one, do. I commented earlier on your live feed about you wearing your hats. Are you playing tennis or what?
No, look, see, conservatory, so it's really bright.
Right, okay.
Probably the next couple of weeks, I'll be relocating upstairs, so the hat will be gone, and it'll be all cold and dark.
Gary, I will not get rid of you, mate. I will not get rid of you.
Where is he? Hello, Gary.
Yeah, he's don't get rid of me. He said me. I said no, no, you're all right. Don't worry. Um, I want to talk about tonight about kind of like starchy foods and everything, right? Can
Yes.
you tell me more about it because I get confused.
Alrighty. So there is a difference between sugar and starch. So sugar is your sweet stuff, cookies, biscuits, chocolate, sweeties, that kind of thing. Your starch are the carbohydrate, and obviously sugar is a carbohydrate. Starch is it's basically the sugar that's found in plants. So it's like plant sugar, so it's starch. So by way of the potatoes, grains, obviously the grains made into breads, pastas, rice. So the starch are all plant-based sugars. That's the difference between the sugar and starch. But they're both treated by the body in exactly the same way. If you eat sugar, your body will convert that to glucose. If you eat starch, your body will convert that to glucose as well.
So are you telling me then that plants has got sugar in them?
In a sense, yes, by way of starch, it's all different molecules: glucose, fructose, all those kind of O's, long chain, short chain things.
So if
Yeah,
I run out of sugar then or sweeteners or anything, all I've got to do is just get a plant, get a little
no,
leaf and stick them in my cup of coffee.
no, don't work like that.
Right.
No, but the effect of that's the problem. We've spoken about this many a time, haven't we, Steve? That's a problem between recognizing sweet sugar and plant starch. Your body, the effect on your body is exactly the same.
Right, because I get mixed up. I get mixed up with starchy foods, because I
So
think
starches are your grains, also your root tubers. So your potatoes, your turnips, and they're fantastic foods. But your
right,
body
okay.
still converts them into glucose. So too many potatoes, too many of your starchy tubers, and also like these things. Look at these fantastic specimens. Squash. They're starchy as well, but they're great foods.
Gosh.
But you do have to watch the amount of starch you
Where'd you
consume.
get them to?
Yeah, Mark grows those. We've got 3 of those.
Can you send one to me through the post?
They weigh a ton. I think Mark weighed one. One was £6 or something. And
Can you
yet
ask Mark?
those.
Can you ask Mark if he can send one of them through the post for me?
I'll see what I can do.
I'm only joking.
Come on, go for
Send
your
it,
letterbox.
yeah, put it for your letterbox, yeah. Send it by parcel for it.
You have to chip it first, slice it all, send it in slices, poke it through, and more blurred.
Yeah,
But anyway, so that's the difference between sugar and starch. But at the end of the day, when it's inside your body, it's treated exactly the same.
right, okay. Because also, what I want to talk about is this: that
Here's how
people,
Gary
you were
on
talking
blurred.
about, earlier about raw foods, about eating raw foods. Like now, explain to us about raw foods because surely someone's going to sit there and eat a potato raw, are they?
I wouldn't have thought so. Yeah, if you can eat a vegetable raw, then eat it raw as well as cooked. So you wouldn't eat a potato, you wouldn't eat raw, you wouldn't eat a parsnip, a swede, So you have to cook those to eat them. But then, celery, broccoli, cauliflower, sugar snaps, you can eat those raw and they're absolutely fine. You can eat any vegetable raw if it's palatable. A potato isn't palatable, but you
Right.
can eat them raw. And a selection of raw and cooked is ideal because then you're giving your a huge array of different gut bugs, a huge array of different foods. Some feed on raw fibre, some feed on cooked fibre.
Right now, I was speaking to somebody the other day. He does survival stuff, right? So he's on this island, right? And what he does, he goes on there for 6 months of the year, and what he does, he's got all these plants on there, food plants and everything. And when he wants for dinner, he's either going to catch a fish in the sea, literally, or he goes and digs up potatoes or other veg.
Yeah.
Is that now? Is that okay?
Yes, absolutely. That's really how we should be living, not out of packets and jars. Obviously, not everyone has the sea available or rivers or, an allotment plot. But yeah, that's fun. Eat off the land, yeah, brilliant. Because he's getting the protein in his diet, he's getting the fat from the animal in his diet, and he's getting veggies that are not going to be sprayed with pesticides and the like. Oh yeah, fantastic. And the thing with the starchy tubers, like Anne said, years back, our cavemen and the like, the starchy tubers were only around for a certain time of the year. Fruits were only around for a certain time of the year. But today, we've got these foods 24/7. We're consuming far too much, and fructose is another sugar. So, you've got your fructose, you've got your starch, and you can eat all of those foods in abundance as well every day of the year.
So what? Oh, so you can. How much can you eat it? Out what? Can you eat a lot of it?
No, that's the problem, because at the end of the day, it's converted to glucose when it's inside here. So too much starchy stuff, too much fructose, it can be as bad as sugar because it all gets converted into glucose.
The trouble is, so some people might be listening now, and they're thinking, "Well, I didn't know that." And the trouble is, it's not much education out there about all these things.
Yeah, completely agree. There isn't, but we're trying to get the word out. I mean, you can go online and do a lot of looking, but I mean, that's why we do these shows, Steve, really, isn't it? I mean, your
Yeah,
show
yeah.
is packed full of useful people. So use, if anyone that's watching, use us, contact Steve, get the information you want, because you've got loads of experts and coaches. Why don't the people watching make good use of that?
Only got two people.
Well, I don't mean right now.
No, what I mean, I've got two people in my team. In my team.
Yeah, but they've got access. They can get access
No.
to us. All they need to do. Well, let's use me for example. All that someone needs to do is, Steve, can you get me in contact with Lizzie? Can you get me in contact with that uh, uh, mood coach or menopause coach that you had on?
Yeah.
Instead of trying to figure things out for yourself, reach out to experts that you see online like this. Why not? It's what we're here
Well,
for.
yeah, and yeah, I went on to, um, we were looking for new people to come on just to change it all around. And I went on this speakers thing the other day, Facebook. Someone told me to stick an ad on there, and we got around about 160 replies.
My
And me and
goodness.
Michelle the other day was kind of, poor Shell was kind of like going through them all saying, when do you want to come on? Oh, we don't want anything. We don't want anything with weight loss. We already got two people for that. We don't want nothing for that. And we're sorting all that out. Actually, the trouble
Wow.
is, and because we leave you for the weight loss and other people that get. But the trouble is when we had all these people come through and they said they want to do it, that's fine. But you've got to get the listeners and you've got to get the people involved in it. You know,
Yeah.
do you get what I'm trying to say? And it's
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
But that's something that maybe at the end of each of your programs, you could give a wee shout out for anyone that wants any more information. But
Well,
the
we
thing
do
is,
that now.
Steve,
Yeah, we
they'll
do that.
only reach out if they want help. I mean, how many times have we said, to your viewers, if you want help, give us a shout. Contact Steve. Contact me.
Yeah.
No, they don't. So it's there for them when they're ready.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
we've always said
I'm
that
always,
when people are
I'm
ready.
always here. We had an autism girl come on, and sorry guys, I know this is not about weight loss, but they they said that she would never go to university, she would never do a law degree or nothing. And what happened was, at school, she went to school and
All right.
she couldn't do nothing. So she went to school, ordinary stream school, and that's where she wanted to go. And the school even put her down. They said, sorry, but
Yeah.
you can't. Next minute, she went off to uni. No, sorry, yeah, to uni. And they said, you're never going to get your law degree. And she got her law degree. You
She was
know?
determined.
Yeah, and I think it's like weight loss too, isn't it? When someone does, when they want to kind of like lose weight, they've got to be determined to do it. So
Yes.
do you get what I'm
Yes.
trying to say?
Yes, very much so, especially if they're using mainstream methods, because there's so many things in a mainstream method that works against them. And they find it really, really hard. But yeah, so that young autistic girl, hats off, she has to. What people need to try and do, and I know it's not as easy, and I'm not an expert in this subject, but you need to just ignore all them silly people spouting off. You need to ignore them.
Yeah, I
You
know.
need to do what you want to do.
Yeah, I used
And
to
this
get, I
is
used to get it a
that.
lot of it.
I
Remember
know.
that, Liz? Remember?
Yeah,
But
I bet. But that is always going to happen. You're always going to get the horrible people. They're never
yeah,
going to go away. So you have to learn to rise above them and tell
yeah,
them that, you know,
yeah. And the trouble is, especially when people call you like fat and you're slob, and
ridiculous.
it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yes, goodness gracious, in this day and age, absolutely ludicrous. But they're just embarrassing themselves. They're making themselves look like twerps. They really are.
Did you say terps or twerp?
Twerps.
Oh, right,
Twerp.
okay. You said terps.
No. Well, yeah, that as well. They are making themselves look like turds.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Well,
ridiculous.
yeah. Um,
But the trouble is that is always going to happen. You're always going to get bad people. You just have
yeah.
to learn to rise above
Oh,
it.
yeah,
You don't. You'd be in the gutter. Rise above
yeah,
it.
yeah. What's happening with PHC? I'm trying to catch up here because we haven't talked for a couple of weeks. What's happening with PHC?
Yeah, well, they've got a new children's incentive now, haven't they? I think I can't remember what it's called. And children's, oh, can you remember what it's called? Anyway, yeah, so the public health collaboration
Yeah.
are looking at starting to teach children about the better eating, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
everything. Because kids will go home and they'll say, Mum, I want to be vegan. Now they can start going home and say, Mum, I want to be healthy. I don't want
Yeah.
them chips.
Yeah.
It's not going to please the parents. They're going to be out in that kitchen cooking from scratch. But, you know, teach them young. Let them know the problems with fast food, you know.
Well,
Chip shops around the corner from schools. The chip shop should, well, it's never going to happen, but the chip shops shouldn't serve
how
children
many times
chips.
we talked about this? We can't
But
close
that's
this
never
down,
going to
can
happen.
we?
So you need to get to the root, get to them while they're young, start
Yeah.
instilling that. So yeah, that's the new
And
incentive.
it should be on the, and I reckon also they should have it on the obesity on the school, specters. You know what I mean? On the, but they won't do it.
Just the health class would be good, because it doesn't need to be just about weight. It can be mind. That would be a great way to incorporate everything.
Oh yeah, I know about
Brain health, body health, bio, as in your gut health. Why not? I mean, God, it's rife now, all these problems: obesity, diabetes, mood-related and anxiety-related disorders. It's
Yeah,
rife. So teach
I
it in
know.
schools. Try and teach people how not to be.
Yeah, I know. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go. But thank you, Liz, once again. We have a little quick catch up. Gary, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy your custard or your cake or what you're having.
He's a little tinker, isn't he, that one?
Yeah. But he hasn't mentioned. I think he's munching away there. You know what I mean. But he
Yeah,
mentioned
he's
that.
not mentioned his chocolate toffee pudding for a wee while.
No, I know. Bad in it. Stay there, Liz, and I'll be there. Thank you very
Okay.
much, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, KFC, saying.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
yeah.